Data visualization basically refers to the visual representation of information and data using elements like charts, graphs, and maps. Data visualization unveils patterns, trends, outliers, correlations, etc. in the given data, and thereby helps us to understand the meaning of the data to derive business decisions. In the view of this advantage of visualization, I am going to show how to create simple plots such as line plot, scatter plot, bar plot, etc. using PyPlot module in Matplotlib library. My name is Ratnakishore. Welcome to KASHE channel. Let's start the topic. Here first requirement is to import the NumPy library. Then I am importing the NumPy library by using an alias np. Now I need to create 3 NumPy objects. First one is x, which must have 100 values between 0 and 20. Second object is y, which has the corresponding sign values of x. And finally the third object is z, which contains the corresponding cost values of x. So in order to create the object x, we can make use of linspace function available in NumPy, which takes 3 arguments: start value, end value, and the number of values we require between the start and end values. And to get the sign values of that x object, we have sign function with NumPy. Similarly, we have cost function in NumPy to get the corresponding cost values. Then I am creating all these 3 NumPy objects. Then we got all the 3 x, y and z objects. And next step is to import PyPlot module from the Matplotlib library. Then I am using an import statement. Here I have imported that PyPlot module from the Matplotlib library with an alias plt. Then fourth step of this particular notebook is to plot the values of y against x. So in order to do it, we can make use of plot as well as show functions available in the PyPlot module. Here plot function will take 2 arguments, x and y, and displays the values of y against the values of x. In addition to these 2 functions, we can also use title, xlabel and ylabel functions to get title, xlabel, ylabel respectively. Let me write the code. Here I have used the plot function, and then I am going to use the title function to use the title sign function. Then I am using xlabel and ylabel functions. Here xlabel is x and ylabel is sin x. And then I am using show function. I am running this cell. Then I got a plot for the values of object y against the values of x. Here this plot represents sin function. And the next step is to plot the values of y and z against x with different line colors on the same window. See, with the plot function we have used only 2 arguments so far, x and y. Here we can also use the third argument that will represent the color of that particular line. Here you can use r or red as a string to get the line in the red color. In the same way you can use g or green as a string to get the line in the green color. In that way you can use the different colors as the third argument to get the plot. Let me write the code for it. See, for the plot function I am supplying x and y as the values. Then I am passing the third argument, that is a string r, to get that plot in the red color. And then I am passing x and z to get the next plot that contains the values of z against the x. Then I want that plot in the green color. Then I am using g as a string after x and z variables. For the time's sake I am ignoring title, xlabel and ylabel functions, and then I am using show function. If I run this cell, I will get both the sine function as well as cos function in the same window, where red color plot represents sine function and green color plot represents cos function. And next step is to plot the values of y and z against x with different line colors on the separate windows. Here we need to use show function 2 times to get the separate windows. First I am using plot command to get the values of y against x. Then I am using the color red. This time I am using the string red instead of r. And then I am using show function. Again I am using the plot function with x and z. Now I want that plot in the orange color, and then I am using orange. Then I am using another show function here. First window contains the values of sine function, and the second window contains the values of cos function. And the next step is to create two NumPy array objects. Each must contain 25 random integers. To get the random integers, we have a randint function with random module of the NumPy, which will take three arguments. The first argument is the start value, second argument is the stop value. These two values represent the range. In that range, the third argument decides the number of elements. Then I am going to create two ND arrays now, feature 1 and feature 2. Now I am using randint function with a random module. Here I need total 25 random values from 1 to 100. Then I am using 1 and 100 as range of values. In that I want 25 values. In the same way I am creating another NumPy array object, that is feature 2. Then the next step is to display the scatter plot between feature 1 and feature 2 objects. For that we can make use of the scatter function available with pyplot module. Here I need to display the feature 2 values against feature 1. Then I am mentioning feature 1 as the first argument and feature 2 as the second argument. Then I need to use the show function. Then I am running this cell. Then I got the scatter plot here. And the next step in this notebook is to create two Python lists. One with the names of 5 students and the second list is with their marks. Let me create both the lists. For the sake of simplicity, I am assuming the names of the students as S1, S2 up to S5. Then I am taking another list marks with the marks of those students respectively. These are the marks of those 5 students. Then I am running this cell. Now in the 10th step of this particular notebook, we have to display the bar plot between these two variables created. Here the pyplot module is having a function bar to get the bar plot between x and y. I am using that now. If I run this cell, I will get the bar plot between these two. Here S1 marks 43, S2 marks 73, in the same way S5 marks 93. In this video I have covered only 3 simple plots with pyplot module. But with the pyplot module we can create a lot of sophisticated plots. By using those plots and charts we can get the better visualizations than these 3. So that's all guys. This is the end of this video. I will meet you soon. Bye.